Yeah, this video is about how to get out of repeats from the past. It's kind of my attention the other day. I've been, people commonly call me Ghost because I've already lived this life, so that's my common nickname. Uh, there's some other people, I'm erase proof, so my memory can't be erased. They used to have these erase devices, they were like these light scanners or whatever, and they use it to scan people, and they forget. I just told a guy the other day at the gym that I warned him about being in a repeat of the past because I saw him again, and I let him know what's up. Now, I'd say about 20 to 40% of the people that I work out with at the gym are missing, so that's looking good. For the other 60%, they're still there, and I have to remind them every time that I see them. I'm like, oh, you remember our conversation from last time? Remember what you talked about? Now that we're done talking about it? Yeah, we did that like over 30 years ago, man. You know, I have to let them know. And they're like, oh, yeah, that's right. Holy smokes, you know, and all this other stuff. And then some people, they'll even forget the next day that I see them in the gym that we even had the conversation because they got their memory erased. You got to watch out for these types of, these groups of people, groups of beings that don't call themselves people yet, even though they are humans, as a matter of fact, or go into humans. Some of them don't have humans. I found this other one. I was messing with my plugs the other day, and I found these other ones that can't see themselves, and they're like see-proof. You can even stick your arm right through them. The only way you notice it is on the bottom of their feet, either on the back or on the sides. So on the back of the heels, it's like a black rectangle or a different color. Once again, the colors define. They group them into certain categories. I saw one with black rectangles the other day. And again, I see this because I'm having mine played with the cords, because it's not illegal to do that. So one thing you got to be careful about, because since I did repeat this life, I did a swap out. I took mine off of me, and they could not define me as that group. So one thing that happened was I could not continue on with this life, even though I've already done it. And since I've already done it, I was able to do it. So I was able to get out. And one thing that happened to me was I got brought back 10 years, which I don't want that to happen again, because that's one of the peak points of my life where I'm into this big social network. You know, it's before Colorado legalized and all that other stuff. It was just like a big boom, you know, and some people you know, the quality of things was up back then, and it's still up, but it's becoming legalized now, which is why I want to stick around. All I have to do is, you know, I told them all I had to do is, dude, we can just move to the state of Colorado. We don't have to go back 10 years in the past. But they get so selfish that they want to redo these things. Like, oh yeah, what about this and that and this and that? It's like, dude, I can do any of that. I told them I can go do this or go do that and then go see this person to get that. You know, we don't have to go back 10 years back in the past. So again, watch out for, I just wanted to fill everyone in on those matrix rectangles. Matrix is a nickname terminology I'm using here. They use different, they use rectangles, and they go on the back of the heels, as you can see. They might go side on angles, but the ones I mostly see go on the back of the heels. So once again, they're behind the heels, but there's something that supports them. And again, you cannot see them. These are what go into humans. So you got to be very careful about which one you decide here when you get the choice, because it could send you back in the past through a mismatch. So don't do what I did. You know, to study reversals and stuff like that, that's fine. But if you're going to practice reversals, nothing longer than a minute. And do good. Read up on Robert Greene's reversals. Start looking at reversals. It's like I got this battery right here. It's in my pocket, right? When I'm reversing, see, I already put it in my pocket. When I'm reversing, I become conscious of that is there. And so I'm going to get the battery, and now I'm going to set it back right exactly where I got it. That is how a reversal works at some aspect. Reversals are possible. Sounds do go in reverse. It's the real deal. I promise you, I'm not a liar. I've done it before. So be careful about doing reversals. You don't want to do one for too long. And there are skip gaps too I can't get into right now because I'm studying reversals. So that's just the way it is. So yeah, be careful about those swaps. And the classes usually are safe design, but once you know the material, there's ways to put it together to where you'll lose all your information if you do too much of a reversal and a skip. It will, if you're not totally erase proof, since you're on to an earlier age value, if you don't sneak in as your 38 or your 30-year-old age self, because I'm only saying it because I'm 30 years old, and you're going back 10 years, and they replace you into your 20-year-old, and they assemble you like that, you're not going to remember much of anything about being 30 years old unless you're hooked up correctly. And if they don't hook up that pack, you have to ride out the full 10 years to re-come up with the information and take those classes on reversals, again, skipping, and how to hook up the memory properly. So just watch out for people who want to live through you, or they get something, they wait for a certain date that you exist on that enables them to do something for themselves. So watch out for those types of people. If you do not consent to the deal, or you do not know about the deal, then they're thieves. That's all I have to say. You got to find a way out, and fast.